2 years ago, I met Laura. Laura cared for her mother affected by dementia. One day she asked me, "Do you know what's the hardest part of taking care of someone you love affected by dementia?" And she said, "To be able to recognize the person beyond the disease." Dementia is different from other diseases. It doesn't only affect our abilities to think or to remember, but it also changes how we see things, how we feel, and who we are. That's why people with dementia can become strangers to their relatives, and relatives can become strangers to them as well, because they are part of this world that suddenly becomes messy and unfamiliar. My name is Anna. I am a psychologist and PhD student at the Institute of Public Health at Università della Svizzera, Italiana in Lugano. Today, I will show you why it's so important to develop intervention to reduce the burden of dementia on both family carers and societies. Now, I want you to try to imagine Laura's typical day. So, let's say that she wakes up around 6 o'clock in the morning to help her mom having breakfast and taking her pills. Then she waits for the nurse to come and she goes to work. When she comes back, she has a little walk with her mom in the neighbor and she waits for her sister's visit to have a fast shower before cooking something. It can happen at night that just before going to sleep, her mom says to her, "That's really sweet from you, honey, but what's your name again?" How many people do you think are affected by dementia all over the world? I will tell you, more than 50 million. It means more than 6 times the entire population of Switzerland. As you may imagine, this has huge costs for society. Imagine more than cancer and chronic heart disease combined. Of these 50 million people affected by dementia, 40 million are usually cared at home by a family member like Laura. Family caregivers can provide up to 6 hours of working per day, like a full-time job. And they often struggle to find time and energy to cope with assistance, to the point they are often at increasing risk of illness and death. That's why it's so important to reduce the social and economic costs related to dementia. Interventions that provide training and information can help carers to develop skills to deal with daily life problems, but it's also necessary to provide some form of psychological support to help caregivers to face this unique emotional challenge that is caring for someone in dementia, and help them to find, as Laura, their own way to recognize the person beyond the disease.